When I was a kid, I was the number one ranked goalie in the NHL draft. And I went undrafted three times. And that really was just the start. So as a kid, I played 6 years of junior and then went on to play 15 years of pro, which is cool. But man, I failed a lot throughout that time. But there's one thing that I'm really proud of myself, and it took me years to see that. So in my first NHL draft, I'm the top ranked goalie in the draft. I go undrafted. Huge disappointment, expectations versus what reality was, uh, and ended up happening. Very shook. Second year, rebuilding myself, it happens again. Not as shook. Uh, Third year, had my best junior career season. Statistically, top goalie in the league, all-star team, all that good stuff. And I go undrafted again. A different way I handled that. And looking back, the kid version of myself and looking back and how I was trying to make sense of it all was really interesting. So this next stage of failures, I'm an overage 20-year-old in the WHL. But before I go back to the WHL, I go to my first NHL camp with the Hartford Whalers. I have my best camp. I felt great. Other people thought I did really well too. And most were saying, not just me, that I wasn't going back to junior. I get sent to Springfield in the American League. I'm feeling really good. Then a fifth goalie comes back, and I can't remember if he comes back from Europe or if he just wasn't signed yet and they get a deal done. Bumps me out. And I'm in the hotel room. I remember this like it was yesterday. And I'm sitting there and I get a call that to go into the rink. And I think it's Eddie Johnston, the GM, just tells me straight. They signed another goalie, and I had to go back to junior. And so I go back to the hotel and sit there, and I call first my agent, upset, and then I call the team, the Lethbridge Hurricanes. I call Lauxie, the coach, and I tell them, and they were shocked. They had heard that I wasn't coming back. So I can't remember who said it first, but I requested a trade because the year before we had gone to the final. I wanted a shot at the Memorial Cup. I thought we were going to not be as good. Remember, I'm 19 years old. Don't handle it great. And they said, okay. And they were really great with me. And then they tell me they traded me to the last place team in the league. I'm feeling not great again. And I head in on the highway in my car and I head to Regina. And I'll tell you what, I learned a lot of things there that year. I learned how to actually be a leader and push from the bottom and try to be a little more positive. I'm not going to lie, I still had a chip, but pulled that team out of the cellar, helped pull that team out of the cellar, and it felt really good. I learned a lot that year, and then we move on, right? But then it happens again. I go to Vancouver's camp the next year, and yeah, it's a no-go there. And then it happened again the third NHL camp. Uh, Man, a lot of ups and downs. Fast forward, I build myself back up. I'm in Japan, and in '97, just pre-Olympics, we tour together as Team Japan for 7 months. And the whole time, I'm the main guy. I play the bulk of the games. We're in Europe, we're in Canada, a lot of travel, and a lot of expectations about me and whatnot. And get to Nagano, practicing, evening practice before the night of the first game. And practice is done, and the assistant coach waves the three goalies over. And it's myself, who's supposedly the main guy, a goalie that's a Japanese Swede. He would be the third guy. And then the second guy was Iwasaki-san, who was a veteran, really good goalie, and very experienced. But he would be the number two. And we're at the center ice, this little goalie powwow, and the assistant coach says, tomorrow's game, the first game against Germany, Iwasaki's going to start. Now, the build-up for me was massive, and I didn't handle it well at all. I take full responsibility, man. I said some words that I'm not going to repeat and beelined off the ice. And that night was a rough night, man. And then after that, I ended up playing the rest of the tournament and had, I'll be honest, the tournament of my life. I was right up there with some of the big boys statistically. It was a good experience in that sense. But a lot of people don't know that beginning. Yeah, that was tough. I gave you 3 examples throughout my career, young to old. And one thing I realized looking back, and it took me a lot of years to see this, it wasn't that, I stopped getting knocked back down. That went on through the whole career. But what changed is the time it took. And, earlier I said I was proud of something in my career. And I look back at that and I was proud of how I got back up. I didn't handle things great, so sometimes it took longer, but I always did get back up. And then as you see, as I tell the stories, it happened quicker and quicker and quicker as I grew up. And I guess that's the message of the video. Resilience isn't about just falling down and getting back up. It's actually the distance between the two. And the shorter you can make it, that's really the key. And that's really someone that is truly resilient, that can literally fall down and pop right back up. And I really try to emphasize that with people that have trouble hanging on to things, resentments, anger, and whatnot. Because I skipped a lot of that stuff in what I was just explaining to you about myself. And that was a big reason what would take me a long time to, get back up. Like, I was wanting to get back up, but when you do it out of anger, sometimes it can take you a little longer. And I fine-tuned it as the years went on, and now I'm learning, obviously, as a coach, to help teach that in a more healthy way. So if you're feeling down about some failures that have happened to you, shift it fast, man. Don't dwell on it. Let's move forward and keep going. Don't let anger hold you down. Don't let depression hold you down. Just get the frick back up and let's keep pushing forward. If you know of anybody that is like this, please share the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.